Hi, my name's Darran. I sold a property with Bridges Property in November 2025 into January 26. The situation I was in, it wasn't my home, it was my mum's home. My mum has recently been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. She's also got quite severe mobility issues. The house was just becoming too much for her with the stairs, stepped entry front and back. She wasn't able to get in and out very easily at all. She uses a walking aid now. So on the back of that, we needed to move her. So we moved her up to a sheltered accommodation prior to contacting Bridges. But obviously at that point we needed to sell the house. Kelly came to my mum's property initially and we had it up straight away. We've got mutual friends as well. It was our bubbly nature was really sort of what sold it to us in terms of who to go with. We contacted another estate agent, we contacted you and another one, and we just felt this Bridges was a better fit for us as a family and like what we're trying to do in terms of selling the house. So that's why we went. How the sale process went, I think I would say easy to deal with. I don't really know what else to say on that, like, because it was easy. It was simple, it was straightforward. That like I didn't have to do anything. Previously, I'd done all the viewings for when we sold the house back in 2005-06. The only thing I asked you guys if the floors needed a little bit of clean, just because obviously at the time of year, like, no, it's already dealt with, don't worry about that. It was easy to do, it was easy to deal with. I'd done nothing. I had no expectations on how long it was going to take to sell a house. Plus, it was on the market over Christmas. I would imagine that's a notoriously difficult time to get a house sold because people have got so much other things on the go at that point. So it was about 3 months in total the house was on for, maybe even a little bit quicker than I expected, simply because of the time of the year that the house went on the market from. In terms of the process, I was informed every step of the way, regardless of if it was a viewer that was just coming to sort of browse or look, or if it was someone who was really interested in the property. Every single time there was a viewer, whoever done the viewing wasn't necessarily always Charlotte. I always got a fantastic update. There was also an end of week update as well. Sometimes that would be over WhatsApp, sometimes it'd be a phone call. I remember one Friday night, now bearing in mind this was like completely after office hours, Ali and I had a conversation for probably about 45 minutes, just chatting nonsense in between obviously an update. It was really quite pleasant. The WhatsApp chat's brilliant. I think everybody was on the WhatsApp group, and the updates you got from, didn't matter which one of your colleagues it was, the update was always like informative. After Charlotte, we had Samantha for a couple of weeks, just to finalise, and it was seamless, absolutely seamless. Like, it could have been the same person you were speaking to. If there was no name, you wouldn't know the difference in terms of the level of sort of insight and information you were getting back. What was good about it as well, the personal level, getting to sort of know you guys and you guys getting to know me and know the background behind selling the house, what was the reason for selling the house, how long my family had been in that house. I mean, it was a life for my mum in there. It was a big thing for her. I know for a fact that I wasn't the only person that Bridges were selling a house for, but Charlotte and the team made you feel like you were the only person that they were selling a house for at that time. And that was just, again, the open line of communication, the constant sort of, and not overburdening constant, but a constant flow of good quality updates in terms of how viewers had perceived the house, how their feedback was in terms of the property, in terms of what the outlay of the house, all that stuff. It was really good, really top-notch sort of level of communication. The feedback chain was both ways. Charlotte many times asked for feedback on what she was doing, if that was suitable for us. So, it was a two-way street. It wasn't just a one-way thing. Charlotte was fantastic. Again, she came out to visit and she was very understanding to like the reasons why we were selling the house, sympathetic towards that reason as well. So that was fantastic. Very very personable. And then from there, just a nice person to deal with. She was always on the ball, always ready to answer questions whenever I had questions or whenever my wife had questions. We didn't need to really do anything with my mum, which, given her condition at the time, which I'm happy to say has improved massively since she's moved, but her mental state at the time in particular, that would have been too much for her to deal with. It was just easy. I could relay back to my mum in the sort of easy, more layman's terms that was easier for her to digest, but Charlotte would give it to me in that sort of level of understanding as well, as I am no property expert. Could be easy for somebody to get caught up and misunderstand messages that are coming back. Not with Charlotte. Charlotte was very easy to talk to, very, as I say, very understanding, sympathetic to the reasons why we were selling the house. If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have been selling the house in the first place. So yeah, she was great. I would recommend Bridges to anybody that's looking to sell a property. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to do. I just went with what felt right and Bridges felt right in terms of what I needed.